I learned how to sew a tie today. The people didn't give directions or answer any of the questions, so I learned how to sew it. And I'm gonna tell y'all how. Because I learned how to sew a tie today, and it was pretty easy. Okay, let me give you the measurements, and these measurements are approximate. So your width needs to be double the width of what you want the tie to be. So on my tie, it's the widest part of the tie. The widest part of my tie is approximately 4 inches. So I want my width of my rectangle to be double 4 inches, which is 8, plus a seam allowance. I did a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. You see, I had to sew 2 pieces together to get my 8 inches. What you're gonna do, once you get your 8 inches, do understand that I have extra material. I just haven't cut it. I'm gonna sew it all together, then cut it at one time instead of doing it the other way. So just imagine this being 8.5 inches wide, because it's double the width, which is 4 inches, plus a seam allowance. Once you get your 8 inches or 6 inches, whatever you want, you're gonna fold it in half, okay? So you're gonna fold it in half. Again, I did sew 2 pieces together. So you're gonna fold it in half. Now it's gonna be the 4 inches plus the seam allowance, which will mean my material will end right about here. Then I made the line for my seam allowance, so I know where I'm cutting. You have a seam allowance on one end and down the side. And what you're gonna do is, where you do the bottom, the cross stitch is gonna be your point, okay? That's gonna be your point. So you're gonna do a diagonal, and it doesn't have to be a big diagonal. It can be a very slight diagonal or a deep diagonal. So you're gonna do a diagonal from the corner of your stitch to the top. That's how you're gonna cut it. That's how you're gonna sew it. Okay? And you're gonna let your diagonal be as deep as you want it to be, okay? So I'm gonna do my outline. And that's what I'm gonna stitch it. I'm gonna stitch it all the way down, then I'm gonna stitch across. I'll be back. So I sewed around, across, I lock stitch at both ends, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna cut the excess fabric that I have on there. You won't have all the excess fabric. I just have it because I'm not a good seamstress, so I need that buffer. I'm gonna cut it off now. Okay, so on the edge, we're just gonna cut across. Make sure do not cut the thread. Don't cut the lock stitch. My lock stitch is right in that corner. So the lock stitch is from the corners, okay? Just poking out the corner, squaring them off. That's why it's important when you cut, do not cut through the thread, because if you cut through the thread, then this would have poked out, you'd have a hole in there. So I'm poking it out, squaring it off. Then I'm just gonna come down here, and I'm put it all the way inside out. Okay, so now this is what we have now. We got our rectangle sewed together. Now what you're gonna do, of course mine has 2 sewed pieces, but yours will just have 1. You're gonna take it and you're gonna press it in half. Okay, the opposite way of where your corner's at, you're gonna catch it and press it out in half, okay? So of course, again, mine is 2 materials, where it's 1 material, just the jeans turned inside out. You're gonna press it down with your hand. Then at this sewed end, you're gonna take it, fold it, make your point. Then you're gonna take this back part and you're going to tuck it in, okay? You're gonna tuck it in, like that. Here's your tie. Get your sew, your arm, just like get your sew. Make sure you square this off and make it even. I'm doing it kind of fast for the video. Square it off, make it even. There is your tie. Now at the top, you can either make your knot at the top, or you can gather and rubber band it, which is what I would do. Then you're gonna take a piece of whatever you're gonna wrap in, you'll wrap it around there. And there's your tie, baby. You made your own tie. Now I use jean material. You can use whatever material you want.